Hello, everyone. I'm Chestic44, also known as Fly, and welcome to this Let's Play of The Altars. Last episode has been spent gathering up a whole load of resources and understanding how to, set up an extractor, get organics, and gathered up all the materials we could and metals and such in the area, except for like 2 tiny deposits. Unfortunately, we can't get the place running. The thing is just not working. We've been told, however, that Rupidium can save us, and to do that we need to access the quantum computer. Which we can, and we can access our life somehow. So we can actually read our whole life. All the way back to 15 years old, going forwards to where we currently are at 35 years old. So how about we learn about Jan's whole life, eh? Distant memories. Childhood memories, fuzzy and distant. The mining town you grew up in, rows of similar apartment blocks, the local grocery store Mom worked in, the playground where you spent more time than at home. A family like many others. A family like many others down there. Your father coming late from work in the mine, usually drunk, always pissed off. Your mother doing her best to keep the family together. Your constant desire to run away, to get out of that place and never come back. Turning a blind eye at age 15. Another shitty day at school. You're taking the longer route home. Hey, what's that fight about? The girl shouts for help. She's looking straight at you. You should intervene, but the fear... No, better not get involved. Run back home. One day you'll get out of here. You have to. 16 years old. It's so hard to study for exams when your dad's yelling behind the door. Mom doesn't have the strength to fight anymore. Something's wrong with her. She's weaker, more passive. You know you should do your best to support her, but being home is just unbearable. You count the days to graduation, hoping those exams go well. 19 years old. You open the envelope with trembling hands. It's a good college, and it's close to home. You could visit Mom regularly and get a good education. You tear the paper and see the results. No, not good enough. The only place that wants you is hundreds of miles away. You'd have to leave Mom alone with him. 19, going away. You promised yourself you'd get out of there. You have to keep that promise. You can't waste your life. It's not something she'd want. And you can still visit her. A little less often, maybe, but you can. You will visit her. 21. It's been months since you've been home, but you can't miss the post-exam party. All your friends will be celebrating. Their company makes you feel good, like you've found your place. Do you really want to spend the entire day on the train, only to see Mom for a couple of hours before she goes to bed early? And all you'll be left with is a constantly drunk oaf of a father. 22. You look at the letter. It's tempting. Working abroad for 2 months, you could earn enough to support yourself for the whole semester. You could ditch those lousy part-time jobs and focus on studying. It's tempting. And you could send some money to Mom. She needs it for her treatment. 23. You missed it. The moment she collapsed. The ambulance taking her to the hospital. It all went so fast. You missed the opportunity to talk to her when she was still conscious. You're back home now, but what difference does it make? You fucked up. It's too late to say goodbye. 23. You failed her, but what could you have done? Stayed behind in that miserable place to become bitter and dead inside? Be like Dad? The sense of guilt holds you by the throat. What if you ran away from it all? Ditched college, made a fresh start, forgot? Well, wouldn't that be giving up again? No. Mom would want you to get on with your studies. Get a good job. You have to carry on. For her. 24. Your heart pounds at the thought of this evening. You never thought someone like Lena would want to hang out with you. Slow down. It's only a project. Maybe you should have got something better than beer? You could have brought wine, but wouldn't that seem like you're hitting on her? You're only teaming up for a project, but she's so different from anyone else like you ever hooked up with. And she likes you. You can see she likes you. 24. This is it. She's moved in. But is your cheap little rented apartment good enough for her? Her parents would hate it, you know they would. And she knows it too. Is that why she doesn't talk to them anymore? She's not ashamed of you, is she? Whatever they think of you, you're gonna prove them wrong. Work hard and give Lena the good life she deserves. 25. Hard work pays off, right? You can be proud of yourself. A diploma with honors and that offer. A PhD. It's tempting as hell. But the salary. How much longer are you going to be a broke ass for Lena? You'll think about it later. Time to celebrate now. 26. It was a tough conversation, but you handled it well. The professor understood your motives. Working for a private company gives you better prospects, and you'll finally be able to move out of that dorm. Take Lena for a proper holiday. Yeah, it was a good decision. 27. On the subway again. Damn, you hate that crowd. Day in, day out. Maybe you could take the later train and stay longer at work. No, your boss would never agree to that. Punctuality is all that matters to him. Not what you actually do. Sometimes you feel all he needs you to do is punch your card. And for what? Pushing papers and pretending to get things done? Someone pushes you as you try to take a seat. Man, Monday mornings are the worst. 28. Your face beams as you exit the bank, hand in hand with Lena. Finally, signing the mortgage papers was easier than you expected. Maybe it was worth putting up with that idiot of a boss for 2 years to get to this place. A dream house. Lena has so many ideas for decorating it. If you hurry, maybe you can even get it ready for Christmas? You'd love to see your parents' faces when they see it. Yeah, you should convince her to invite them over. 30. No, this can't be true. Not now. You stare at the screen blankly. You heard about the crash on the stock exchange. You heard everyone talk about a worldwide crisis approaching, but you? Laid off? How will you ever tell Lena about it? What about your plans for Christmas? 30. Red lights. You close your eyes and listen to the city traffic. Damn radio. All they know are Christmas songs at this time of year. You don't want to be reminded of that, not when you're sitting behind the wheel of a leased cab. It's almost 6 o'clock. You promised Lena you'd be back for Christmas Eve by 5, but it's a busy night. And people leave bigger tips on Christmas. 31. You listen as Lena talks excitedly. She really wants to take that offer. Move abroad, sell the house. But for how much? It would hardly be enough to pay off the bank with the soaring rate of interest. And what about you? It's hard to find a decent job at home, let alone in a foreign country. After all your efforts to make ends meet, it would feel like going back to square one. Damn, you just wish she didn't want it so bad. 31. You're wondering if she really is okay with the decision to stay. Maybe you should have said yes? But how could you? It was a crazy idea in your situation. You need to prove it to her. That it was the only sensible choice. You need to get your shit together. Give her a better life here. Maybe find a second job? 32. Damn, she's getting on your nerves. Why doesn't she just tell you it's all your fault those bills are piling up? As if you weren't working hard enough. And why does she make such a big deal of a few drinks before you hit the sack? You deserve to unwind after a 12-hour-long day of work. 33. You look down at another bottle, and the wedding ring she gave back to you. A job at Ally Corps. Freedom. Finally, she's got it. A new, better life without you. All you could ever do was hold her down. Look at yourself, drowning your sorrows in a bar. You're everything you promised yourself you'd never be. Where the hell did you fuck it all up? 34. You toss and turn in your bed. You can't stop thinking about that Ally Corps poster. Help us make a change! A space mining mission in search of that mysterious substance, rapidium. It's a long shot, but it says you don't need any professional experience. And you know you need a change. You haven't managed to stick to one job for more than several months. Nothing makes you happy. You're stuck. What if it's a way out? 35. You enter the spaceship with a tingling of anxiety and excitement. You're going to space. Far away from here, just like you always wanted. Far away from your problems. You'll think about them later. Or maybe they'll be gone by the time you get back. Damn, Yan, you had kind of a rough life. I mean, people have rough lives at times. They all have problems. But damn. An abusive father, a mother he missed... A mother who he wasn't there when she passed away. A woman he loved until the dead-end job he had let him go. A marriage that unfortunately fell apart when they couldn't agree on what to do. He devolved into drinking, and now he's just out here to run away and escape. It's hard to blame him, really.
Okay. I checked the quantum computer.
What the fuck? Mind records?
What the fuck? Mind records? What the hell are you doing with that data? It's got everything. My whole life exposed. No. No, I want answers. Shit.
So what next?
What do you want with it?
What does it do?
Branching? What exactly will be branching?
What?
What? You what? Is that your whole answer?
Alter what?
Alter? Alter what?
Okay.
My life? Okay. You mean as in... Okay, wait a minute. You're not suggesting I... use Rapidium to create a... someone. And to alter their mind. That's not what you're saying, right? All right. How about my other options?
That's not much.
You jerk. I don't have other options, do I?
Initiate the branching procedure in the QC. Alright then. Let's see what this does. Branching procedure authorization check. Branching MR unlocked. Branching procedure initiated.
What? What is it doing?
Searching for the branching point. Possible branching detected.
I remember that alternate life pattern. So this is what the branching is about?
Let's see. So that's going away. It's when you left to go to college. Or staying behind. You lock the door to your room and turn the music up. You're so fed up with his constant shouting. Is this what you rejected college for? Putting up with his frustration and drunkenness? You told yourself you'd take care of Mom, but he's not making it easy. Maybe next time you should just lock the door on him, but what would Mom say? Technician, 50% efficiency when doing base maintenance. Alright. And here we have the title. I suppose now we can just see where it changed. 20 years old. There, you did it. Not so hard after all. He turned out to be weak, begging you to let him in. You had to be strong, assertive. You read about it online. Shut your ears to his false promises. Imagine loud music in your head. Think of Mom, her safety. There, it's done. He won't be a problem anymore. 21. You laugh as Mom tells you a joke she heard in the doctor's waiting room. She's cooked her pierogi. Man, don't you love him. And her relaxed, smiling face when she can be herself without that monster bullying her. Just wish you could find more than a part-time job to support the two of you. That prescription she brought home today is going to cost you plenty. 22. You smile as you walk away from the mine. Dad was behind that job offer, that's for sure. Trying to clear his conscience, redeem his sins. The steady job was tempting. But you were assertive. Again. No way you'll owe anything to him. You'll make it on your own. You always do. 23. You hold back the tears when you look at her on the hospital bed. You knew this was coming, her health deteriorating fast in the last months. You just didn't want to think about it. You hate that helplessness. Damn, get your shit together, Yan. You need to be strong for her. Promise her you'll make something of yourself. Keep her smiling to the very end. 23. You brighten up as the engine starts. Yeah, fixing things always made you feel good. Like you really can change things, make them better. Looks like going to that vocational school wasn't just a parting gift from Mom, but the best you could do for yourself. 23. It feels good to be an expert on something. The boss says customers ask for you specifically, and he can see you replacing him when he retires. It's a new feeling. To be trusted, respected by another man. A mentor. And he's the first person you open up to about Mom's passing. Why couldn't Dad just be like that? 24. You try not to eavesdrop, but it's the third time this month these fishy dudes are here, talking to your boss behind closed doors. He says it's nothing, but you can see he's distracted. Doesn't look you in the eye that much, disappears for hours, leaving you in charge of the business. Is that a good thing, or should you be worried? 25. Fake batteries? Counterfeit parts? Is that what it was all about? As your boss is being taken away by the police, you feel like an idiot for trusting him, thinking that you could open up to him, while all this time, he's been lying in your face, pretending to be a friend. What a fool you've been. Treat it as a lesson, Yan. The only person you can rely on is yourself. 25. Of course, it was just a matter of time before they approached you, now that he's in jail. His words about you replacing him seem so ironic now. You don't want anything to do with them. What if you lose your job? You love that workshop, but they're criminals. No. Assertiveness, remember? Don't be scared. You can make it on your own. 26. As you turn the paycheck around in your fingers, you think of Mom. She'd be happy to know you're finally making good money, working in an international factory on a contract of unemployment. You stayed strong and made something of yourself. She'd probably be worried that you're still on your own, but well, that's the way you prefer it. 26. Watching the bartender pour you another one from the corner of your eye, you catch a glimpse of a figure watching you. You turn and see it was just somebody's coat. You smile with relief. For a moment, you thought it was Dad. You sip your drink and listen casually to the conversations at the tables. It's good not to have problems. 27. Your friends burst out in laughter. The jokes just keep coming to you. It's a good night. You just got your paycheck and you're buying rounds. Okay, calling these people friends is a little too much. You've only just met them, but you're having fun together, right? The girl to your left's been giving you signals. Could this be your lucky night? 30. That damn crisis just had to hit when you were starting to actually enjoy life. Your whole branch is being shut down. You'll be lucky if you keep your job at all, and this damn advert just gets on your nerves. Pity of a magic trick to make everyone happy. Who's stupid enough to even think of going on these missions? 33. You can't make up your mind. Bet safely or take the risk. Wonder who that guy is putting his money on. Wait, is that... Shit, it's him. Dad. He looks... like a tramp. Of course he visits the bookie regularly, fucking loser. Man, you just hope he doesn't recognize you. Get out here quick and don't ever come back. You're not like him. You've got your shit together. You look at the spaceship entrance. Only fools don't change their minds, especially if your debts are mounting. You'll be fine. You just need to make it through this mission. They respect professionals like you. Just stay strong. You'll be alright. So this version of him didn't leave college. Didn't leave to go to college, but stayed behind to try and keep his mother safe. Stood up against his father and basically kicked him out. He stayed with his mother as she passed away and made something of himself as, I guess, a technician. Unfortunately, his life was one of solitude. Seems he didn't really make much in the way of friends. He never found a love, at most maybe hookups, maybe a night with someone. And while he did lose his job during the crisis, as the original Yan did, and did eventually move on, he basically became a lot more, I can live on my own. Interesting how a change will be. Waiting for the wake-up procedure. Sorry about that. Alright, let's wake him up. Hello.
Hey there. Wow. Hello? Can you hear me? What is this? Where am I?
Relax. You're in a lab.
You're in a lab inside the SIBA unit. Your memories might be a bit fuzzy, but relax. You're gonna be okay. Yeah, I recognize the base, I think. Wait. You look funny. Ha. Oh. What was that? I wanted to laugh, but I'm like... indifferent. I think you're on some meds. What? What for? So you don't panic when you wake up. Why would I panic? I'll explain later. Right now, let's check your mental condition, okay? Do you think you can, introduce yourself? Sure. Can you?
You first.
You first. I insist. All right. Jan Dolsky, Senior Technician at Ally Corp, Mining Operations. There. Did I pass? Wow. Amazing. It actually worked. What? What worked? And what the hell are you anyway? This may be hard to process, but my name is Jan Dolsky, too. Of course it is. Now, you're not bad for an imitation, but what the hell are you? Is this some kind of experiment? Because if it is, nobody warned me.
May as well be truthful. Yes, it is.
In a way, it is. but you're wrong about one thing. I'm not an imitation. So, what's the experiment? Well, I got stranded in this base, and, well, I needed someone to help me move it, because it got broken. Then, okay, this is the crazy part. I learned that there's this functionality of the quantum computer on board to, well, create alternate versions of a person's life. What? Replicate a person, but with different experiences. Mind records.
Hmm.
If there's anyone in a bad mental condition in this room, it's definitely not me. The QC's only functionality is to navigate these junkets. I mean, theoretically, it could do other stuff, but such bullshit? I know. It's absurd. I thought the same, but here you are, right? Right. If I understand you correctly, you're telling me you're a alternate version of me with a different mind?
Yes, you can put it that way.
Sort of, yeah. And, you said we were stranded. Yes. It's just us. Like I said, there's a malfunction in the machinery. If you don't help me fix it soon, we're both gonna die. So, wait. Let me get this straight. This is an experiment in which you're a different version of me, and this version of me woke me from cryosleep to help fix a malfunction because there's no one else on board. What if there was no malfunction? Where would I be?
Oh boy. You'd still exist somewhere.
You'd still
in an alternate
exist
reality.
somewhere? Theoretically, at least? Theoretically? Wow. You bastard.
Okay, maybe...
I can see now what the meds are for. I can't even lash out at you, just this passiveness. What am I? Look, this is a lot, and we'll sort it out, I promise. But trust me, if we don't fix the machinery fast, we're gonna go in a very bad way, and you'll never get the chance to understand this properly. Experience your feelings without the meds. I don't like this kind of pressure. Well, that makes two of us. Fine. Show me the way.
We shall indeed.
Unbelievable. What a screw-up. A 3-year-old would have figured it out. Okay. In any other case, I'd say don't touch anything here ever again. But unfortunately, this is a two-man job. On my sign, pull that lever over there. Just don't yank it like an idiot. Pull it gently. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Now. Yes! It worked! You did it. We're gonna live. Let's get one thing straight. I did what you created me for. Now stay away from me.
Core memory created. Interesting. And now we start the engines from the command center. A new altar is ready. Okay, we have the storage. Now we're ready to move on. Which we will in the next episode, because this one's gone on long enough. Next episode, I think we're going to talk to the technician and then move on and see what else we can do. Oh, neat. That'll be in the next episode. So, until then, I am Chestic44, also known as Fly. That is Jan Dolsky. This has been a Let's Play of The Altars, and I shall see you all next time.